again. It's a rich thing.
Hello guys, today in this video, we're going to help you to find out the best underwater drones in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below.
Again, it's a rich thing.
Number 10. Mukor Underwater Fishing Camera. Mukor's fishing cameras offer an alternative to an underwater drone, sacrificing the control offered by thrusters and joysticks for the significantly lower investment required to dangle a camera below the surface. This should be enough for many, offering a perspective on fishing which you might have only imagined before. Set it up correctly and you'll see the hook just before the lens. If your primary purpose is a peek below the surface for fishing or just interest, then a big advantage to this is a relatively small and light battery. Here 500 mAh can offer around 6 hours of power. On the downside, 1280 by 720 resolution, while offering a good view, certainly isn't up there with 4K or 1080p, so you won't be able to use the video for professional purposes. We would have also preferred to see a more modern codec for the video file. Number 9. Genino S2. If you feel you'd like to get down there with the glories of the deep rather than just pilot a camera, then the Trident Underwater Scooter is the device for you. Built with a sizable lithium battery to pull you along through the water, and simple controls, the S2 builds on the success of their Indiegogo launched first generation. Photographers are not forgotten though. There is a GoPro camera mount on the front so you can record your trip just by screwing on your underwater camera in its housing. Not only is it nice to be saving on a camera you might well already have, but it's also nice to know you need only upgrade as you choose. The Trident is driven simply by squeezing the triggers on each arm. It's almost too easy, which is why there is both a kids mode and an app that allows you to enable a parent mode and remotely monitor your kids while preventing submersion. Number 8. Power Vision Power Dolphin. Like its natural namesake, the Power Dolphin skims along the surface, able to see above and below. Piloting is very familiar to aerial drone operators, featuring as it does a phone-ready remote controller with an app that uses your phone as a monitor. This will be very familiar to PowerGX users since it's the same controller and the same Vision Plus 2 app, available for Android or iOS. While the craft remains on the surface, propelled forward by 2 propellers, the 4K camera can be expended on an arm to look an impressive 150 degrees down into the water, or 70 degrees above the surface in much the same way as an aerial drone's camera gimbal can be tilted. Thanks to being above water, GPS return to home is available. Number 7. Robotics King Crab 100X. This is a real traditionalist's underwater explorer robot, which is not only very capable but looks the part too, though is not actually quite as big as it might seem at first glance. Viewed from above, it's about the size of a letter. Control is via generous 300 meters cable, supplied on a reel, and an iOS or Android app, unless you opt for the ground station. There is none of the design elegance of the PowerVision products. This is a device designed not in reference to aerodynamic drones and consumer products, but professional ones. In order to give it the strength to do a job, the body houses 4 thrusters, meaning you can get enough force and direction behind the robot arm to lift up to 10 kilograms of objects from beneath the waves. You might choose, for example, to assist environmental projects by lifting debris or litter, or you might fancy beating coastal, metal, detectorists by grabbing valuables before they wash up on the shore. Number 6. Yukon Robot BW Space Pro 4K. The BW Space Pro might not be the fastest of the drones here, but it is a quality product built with photographers in mind, which is why it's offered with a range of different cameras, including a 6x zoom lens, the benefits of which, in water, are open to debate. The aperture is, relatively speaking, at the wider end, f/1.5, for underwater drones, which is a noticeable plus. The Pro version also brings AL object tracking. Some of the manufacturer's stability claims are perhaps slightly overstated. The 4 thrusters make tilting 45 degrees each way passable, but the Gladius Mini does the same with an extra thruster for stability. It's also worth mentioning that predecessors with similar branding cannot even do the tilt, so be warned if you're searching around for cheaper versions online. Number 5. Chasing M2. Chasing is a big brand in the ROV world, and the M2 makes it obvious why. The 8-corner mounted thrusters are operated from a joypad-style control, so piloting through the water at a nifty 3 knots is an accessible experience to all. The built-in camera is an E/1.8 12-megapixel affair with a 1/2.3 CMOS and electronic stabilization, so the motors shouldn't disturb your footage. The 152E field of view is pretty wide. Video can be caught at 4K 30 FPS. Up to 120 FPS is available at 1080p. But if you're keen to capture with a GoPro, there is a mount. There are some exciting accessories for the M2, not least a robotic arm and a powered tether reel, or e-reel, which will keep the tether out of the way automatically. There's also a swappable battery. If we could change anything, the lights would be further from the lens and brighter. They're 2 by 2000 lumens. But on the plus side, there are accessory rails. Number 4. PowerVision PowerRay. Traveling underwater is not a friendly environment for high-frequency radio used for the live video feedback on aerial drones. So the PowerRay is provided with a 70 meters, 230 feet, umbilical cable that gently rests behind it as it is propelled by its 2 horizontal props. The body also features a central vertical thruster to make changing depth a straightforward process that won't cause tangling of the communication cable. The depths can be a murky place, even the first few meters, so the ray adds 2 dimmable 450 lumen headlight lights to illuminate your subject, which can be captured in 4K 30 FPS max or 4.0 by 3.000 pixel stills. With a maximum ISO of 1600, the camera is more than capable in the depths the PowerRay can manage, though the 3-inch sensor could be bigger in a perfect world. 32 or 64 GB SD storage is provided depending on the version you choose, but you can put your own card in. Number 3. Chasing Innovation Dory. This is in many respects a smaller version of Chasing's Gladius Mini. It's certainly the same striking yellow and pleasingly incorporates the maneuverable 5-thruster design, which makes it passable to tilt the body and, by extension, the camera up and down. If you think that might make it hard to control, worry not. The depth lock feature is retained from its bigger brother too. So how has Chasing sliced the price so low? Firstly, the camera is a more modest 1080p, supported by only 250 lumens of light. At shallower depths this shouldn't be an issue. Secondly, the umbilical is significantly shorter, though the surface end is actually a floating Wi-Fi buoy, so you can throw it in the water and, so long as you're within Wi-Fi range of it, admittedly not far given the water, you have control, maximizing the use of the 15 meters 50 feet tether. Finally, that control is all on screen using the app, so there is no physical controller unit. Number 2. Kaisi Fifish V6 or V6 Siemens Rove. The Fifish is available as a standard V6, and the V6 Siemens includes the robot arm accessory. On its own, this is a good quality ROV with a 100 meters maximum depth and tether to match. The controller is reminiscent of a drone controller, with a space for a phone as a monitor. It's easy to use, and the posture lock, hover, maintains position accurately. But we did wonder why the pad was plain white, a touch too generic. It does have a lock depth button, like hover, however, which is useful to have easy access to. In fact, many of the features, 4K camera and dual 2000 lumen lights, are more costly elsewhere, and this may be the most wallet-friendly way to add a robot claw with over 5 kilograms, 11 pounds, gripping force to your underwater expeditions. This will be ideal for positioning other equipment remotely or attempting to grip and lift seafloor discoveries. Number 1. Chasing Innovation Gladius Mini. The Chasing Innovation Gladius Mini is supplied in a nice backpack, not unlike one photographer who might use to carry a body and lenses. With a laptop in a separate bay, setting up is reasonably easy. An included towel means you can set the drone down on sharp coastal rocks safely. On the downside, the protective caps for the 50 meters or 100 meters tether cable are easily lost, but otherwise, the drone is solidly built and can be thrown into the sea after setup and can easily take a few knocks underwater. The bright color is easily spotted too. Smart features include depth lock, like altitude hold on a flying drone. And there is 64 GB storage to record. The 5 thrusters make the drone quick to respond. Useful, as you need to tilt the body up or down to look around. You can lock the pitch, but the camera and accompanying 1200 lumen lights cannot be separately turned, making this a all pilot's craft and fun with it.